So today I'm going to show you how to make sweet and sour chicken. You would need, well, this is what I use to season my meat. You don't have to use this, but I use parsley, sazon, adobo, garlic, and ranch. That's what I use to season my chicken. And then you're gonna need some flour before we fry that, and peppers. Well, I usually use like diced red peppers and onions, but I bought this bag because everything's cut already, and I'm feeling a little lazy today. Oh, and you're also gonna need oil to fry your chicken. So you're gonna need all these materials, and you're also gonna need oil to fry your chicken. And this right here is the sauce you're gonna use right before you're done. So it's sweet and sour sauce. So I usually buy 2 of these. They didn't have 2 of those, so I had to buy this one. Hopefully this one's good. I don't know if it is or not. But here are all the materials you're gonna need for your sweet and sour chicken. Let's get started. I cut all this fat stuff off because to me that's kind of gross. There's people that cook with it. I don't like cooking with it. So I chop off every chunk on the chicken. Okay, so I already cut all this fat off of it. So now we're gonna wash it really good, and then we're gonna dice it into small pieces. Your chicken with water and then with a little bit of vinegar, just for a few minutes. So your chicken is now washed and rinsed. I rinsed it right after I put the vinegar on it as well. Don't leave the vinegar on your chicken. Then we're gonna take the chicken and we're gonna dice it into small pieces. Okay, my chicken is now nice and diced into nice small pieces. So now I'm gonna put my sazon. And I'm gonna put adobo. And you can season it any way you would like to season it. Not everybody eats chicken the same way, so it doesn't matter how you season your chicken. There's people that like it extremely salty, there's people that like it halfway, there's people that don't like salt at all. I don't know. So you just or you use different seasoning. You don't have to use the same seasonings I'm using. I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic powder on it. Okay, now I'm putting a little bit of parsley. And last but not least, I am putting some ranch. People think I'm a little weird sometimes, but every time they taste the chicken, they love it. I always put a little bit of ranch because, I don't know, it tastes better. And it spreads out the seasoning a little better. It looks a lot more, well, you'll see when I mix it up. Okay, so this is what your chicken should look like after it's seasoned. I can tell it's well seasoned just because of the smell. If you can't tell if it's well seasoned, just take a small piece and just fry it. It'll tell you if you need more salt or less salt or whatever the case may be. We're then gonna use a pan, and then we're gonna pour oil, and it's, as you can see, it's like a little less than half. You don't need that much oil because you don't want your chicken to be oily. We're gonna put it on high. So I'm gonna put this on high until the oil is nice and hot, and then we're gonna bring it down to like a medium. But we are gonna put the chicken in while the pan is pretty hot. Wait for oil to get hot. We're gonna take the self-rising flour, and we're gonna pour self-rising flour over the chicken. that we seasoned. And there's a million ways you can do this. I just dump it in because it's the easiest way to do it. Okay, so I have the flour on top of the chicken. Now I'm just gonna mix everything together. Okay, we're gonna start frying our chicken. So I'm gonna start taking a few pieces and carefully placing it on the oil because the oil is really hot and you don't want to get burned. Trying to pull them apart because if you have them together, I mean, they'll eventually pull apart. However, it fries way faster if you just have them pull apart. So we're gonna continue putting our chicken in here till the skillet is completely full. Okay, you don't want it burning, so as soon as you put it in, bring this down. I'm going to put it down in low right now because it's super hot. And as you can see, it's jumping all over the place. So just continue putting chicken in. Okay, so it's frying right now. I'm going to bring this up a little because if you leave it too low, it'll suck up all the oil and then it'll be really oily and you don't want that. It's going to taste really bad. So we're just gonna let them fry. Okay, so this is the last of my chicken that I'm frying, and it's almost done. It has to have that golden color to it. I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna let it drain here, just like I did with this one. So it should be looking like that, because you don't want it to be oily, like I said. And you gotta make sure that you don't cook it too much that it gets really dry or hard, because you want it to be nice and juicy. And of course you can't undercook it because that's not good for you. So just make sure that's the color it's supposed to be, and make sure that you drain it before you do anything else. So I'm going to let it drain for about 5 minutes and then we'll get to it. While this chicken was draining, I turned on my wok. You do not need a wok to do this meat. I simply use it because I have it. And this is the only thing I use it for, so I took it out. But you can use a skillet, you can use a pan, you can use whatever you have. It doesn't really matter. You can simply just mix the sauce, but it tastes better when you just let it simmer for a while. So I put my sauce in there and it's warming up. I'm gonna put the second one. I told you I used 2. And I'm gonna dump the peppers in here with the sauce. Now usually I do not put onion in this. I just use pepper, red peppers and green peppers. However, this bag comes with onions and I do not feel like pulling them out, so I did I diced more red peppers. I don't think I'll ever use this bag for this again, just because it's kind of soft and it should be a little harder, and it doesn't have enough peppers. It's more onions than anything, and this recipe is not supposed to have any onions. I just didn't feel like pulling them out. I didn't think it was gonna have that many of them, but anyway, I'm mixing everything together and I am gonna let it sit for about 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna pour my chicken in here. Okay, I'm ready to pour the chicken in. So we're just gonna take the chicken, we're just gonna pour it in here and give it a little mix. Okay, so everything's mixed together. I'm gonna let it simmer for about 3 minutes, and then it's time to eat.